Hello to everyone attending this wonderful virtual conference for District 1200 on caring for the world. What a fantastic event to bring together so many Rotarians and in fact guests of those Rotarians who have a chance to come and see what Rotary is all about, possibly for the first time. I think that's a great idea that District Governor Rory O'Donnell had, because it breaks my heart really that Rotary for way too long has been a very well-kept secret. We've actually been around since 1905, and we were formed on an ethical platform, people with high standards of integrity coming together and working together to do good for the world. Our motto is in fact, service above self. However, I think what sometimes we don't talk enough about is how much we get out of it personally. The recent Rotary vision statement that was crafted just 2 years ago really tries to capture that. The vision statement is this: together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. We're one of the oldest and most widespread humanitarian organizations in the world today, with over 1.2 million Rotarians and an incredible growing number of Rotaractors, who are people typically under the age of 30 who are joining us too. I think that's something that maybe we really need to embrace, is that multi-generational aspect of Rotary, because there's so much that we can learn from each other. And that's what a lot of this conference today will be about, is your opportunity to come and learn from each other. Share your ideas, share your passions, and share the ways you each individually want to give back and care for the world. I think that's something that really goes back to our original roots, and learning about where we came from and how we started from really a place of wanting to create community and building a network of people with different skills and passions and ways to contribute to the world, not just with their money, but with their talents and their skills from their career backgrounds. So we have been doing good in our communities, as the vision statement says, both locally and globally, for over, 115 years now. And we're not stopping right now. In fact, I think we're catapulting forward into at least another generation of successful service to the world and beyond. And we would welcome anyone who wants to do the same to join us, because there's so many ways that we can actually leverage what we achieve and have greater impact if we work together. I think when we look around our communities, there's so much fragmented effort, so many individual charities trying to start the wheel and do it themselves, when in fact, if we could work together, we could actually achieve so much more. And I think it's not just about the money, as I say, it's about bringing our skills as well as our passion. Rotary has been meeting behind closed doors for way too long. And finally, in the wake of this horrendous pandemic of COVID-19, our doors are open and we're meeting in a virtual platform that almost makes it easier to come and find out what we're up to. And people who had never left their club environment are now seeing what happens across the district, in other clubs. We're Zooming into other parts of the world. Rotary is in over 200 countries. I'm speaking to you now, having just been at an International Assembly meeting, which is bringing together leaders from 535 districts across the entire globe and their partners, and loads of people who are starting to have a conversation about how can we help build back better. Our communities are going to need us more now than ever in the wake of this pandemic. People have lost their livelihoods, they've lost their lives, and the businesses are really struggling. And there's so much more we can be doing to help build that back. We have a wonderful foundation that can actually multiply the funds we raise and bring that back into these communities to help those businesses build back, help new businesses starting to grow, social enterprises that are also invested in community and contributing and giving back. Rotary really should not be the best kept secret any longer. We want to reach out to the community. We want to invite others to join us, because there are so many people now realizing that we are all connected and we all have the same vested interest in making our world a better place. how wonderful it is for us to have an opportunity like this, to come together, find out what it is that makes us tick, find out the ways we want to contribute. How can we do Rotary best? There's so many options now. You don't have to join just one formula of a club that meets around a mealtime. You know, that's traditionally how we started, and there's many clubs that do that still, and they love what they do and they do great things for the community, but that doesn't work for everyone. We're looking to appeal to multiple generations because there's a real magic when older people and younger generations come together and learn from each other. So we need to be able to adapt and offer ways to meet people where they are. If they're working professionals with busy days, then we can have opportunities that they can jump into in irregular hours and not so often, or at the weekend. If they're people with young families and juggling all those demands on our time when we're in that phase of our lives, then we can meet in coffee shops when we can. I know we can't right now, but we can meet in coffee shops and gather with our families around us. I think I mentioned I was just 35 when I joined Rotary. My children were raised in Rotary values and Rotary projects, and they learned so much about the value of giving to others and having empathy for those that we serve and those that we work with. And it's just great to see that all coming together. We have cause-based clubs now. So if there's a particular passion that somebody has, then we can put together a group of individuals that never actually physically have to meet in one space if they don't choose to. We have Rotary clubs or Rotary action groups against slavery. We have Rotary action groups for peace, Rotary action groups for the environment and water and sanitation. And I think this virtual connectivity now and COVID has really accelerated our opportunity to see ways to do Rotary that we never saw before, even though technically speaking, they've been possible and available to us for some time. But sometimes it takes something like a terrible pandemic and the situation of crisis that we found ourselves in to think differently, to get out of our usual habits, to find ways to connect. And I think it's also in this terrible feeling of isolation during lockdown, it even enhancing the need even more to find community. And that's what Rotary is. I left England when I was 28 and I moved to the United States. I didn't have family around me and I didn't have friends, but I found them in Rotary. And I always felt like I was a global citizen who suddenly had connections to people all over the world. And the more I've given to Rotary, the more it's given back. And the number of people I've met, incredible people that would never come across my path if I wasn't part of this incredible organization. Rotary is a passport to the world, and it's a passport to connect you to people who care about giving back and caring for the world, as in fact this whole conference today is about. So congratulations for taking a step to be here. I wish you all a fabulous time and hope you gain lots of energy and passion and enthusiasm for a brighter future as we all work together to build forward better. Thank you so much for this opportunity to come and speak to you all. Take care.